I got bags underneath my eyes. I'm sleepy. But it's okay. 'Cause we in here. How y'all doing out there? Well, I'm tired. Tired. Alright, so to sum up all my videos, if you put them all in one little box, then you can incorporate what I'm finna talk about. This is key importance if you want to be, I don't know, whatever you want to be. We're dealing with self-actualization. We're dealing with enlightenment. We're dealing with being the best version of you. You don't know your potential yet. But as you grow, you'll start to realize, oh, I'm gaining a proper awareness. Here go this. Please excuse me, y'all. I'm in this. Oh, they turning. All right. What we want to start dealing with, we want to get a thorough knowledge, a thorough awareness, how to identify people's egos. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to identify a person that you're dealing with, their ego, the good, the bad, the ugly. Because for the most part, like I've been saying on videos and for videos to come, this ego problem, this false identity that is called you, that's really not you, comes with rules. And a lot of the rules of duality and non-duality, and dealing with people with anger, dealing with limitations, all of that stuff got to do with your ego. This line that you drew in your head and believed in. You believed the lines that you drew in, which in some cases could be good, but in some cases it could be bad. So when you become aware of your own ego and learn how to, I wouldn't say master it, because your mind will have 1 or 2 steps ahead of you if you're not doing self-actualization every day, or meditating, or doing what you need to do to become a better person. Your mind will have 2 steps ahead of you. When you think that you're ahead of your mind already setting up something to push you back. So be careful about trying to master yourself and thinking that you're there. You probably not even 1% conscious than where you were 5 years ago. You started your journey 10 years ago. This is an all-on thing. This is something that needs to be done 4 or 5 hours a day. This is a thing where you need to go on retreats by yourself, or retreats with people and meditate and become one with nature, become one with yourself, become non-duality. This is a lot to take in. This ain't just no walk in the park. So now when you're dealing with the ego, for an example, my ego, his name is Curtis Hill, whatever. Is that really me? Like I've been telling you, and even I've been doing a little bit, some studying on it. I said the first 12 years of your life, you've been programmed by your mom, your dad, and your grandparents and everything to become you. I'm going to go even further. The first 20 years of your life. Matter of fact, I guess you want, okay, I'll say it. First 20 years of your life, you've been programmed to act the way you're acting. And then from 20 on above is your reactions of the paradigms that you collected in those first 20 years of your life. You're just reacting until your death. That is the average person's life. They collected a whole bunch of paradigms for their first 20 years, and then from 21 until death, they're reacting on all their paradigms. They ain't gonna get no, it's like you reach a plateau and you might go up a little bit, you might go down a little bit, but your equilibrium or your ruling state of mind will stay within the parameters of that paradigm. And that has something to do with this ego. So, what is the ego? My ruling definition for the ego is a group of paradigms in a group of duality concepts, in a group of ideas and synopsises that collect in your central nervous system and creates what we call you, whoever you are, the individual. Okay? If you are following spiritual walks, non-dual, in non-duality, we are all the same person. I think you've heard me say this before. We're all the same person, just experiencing a different part of life, because God is infinite. When the universe, or whatever you want to call it, is infinite, and inside of his infinites or her infinites, there is something called creation. And in creation, you recreate your life with a different, in different scale. For an example, in this life, you're dealing with the things that you're dealing with now. But your past life, you could have been a damn mosquito or whatever. I don't know. Wherever that essence of you was at in this past life. Or when you supposedly die and that essence goes somewhere else to relive out a different experience. It's all about experiences. God, he or she, is an experience and closing his eyes and tricking himself to think that he or she is an individual called you. So your whole life is a lie anyway. Lying is survival. For you to survive as an individual, that means that the universe has lied and tricked itself and deceived itself into thinking that it's an individual in a body named you. But in reality, it's just a whole bunch of minds, a whole bunch of frequency, a whole bunch of energy that's in multiple bodies, experiencing multiple things inside of this one universal mind. Hopefully I'm not losing you guys. And don't just take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Go and study yourself. Study self-actualization. Study enlightenment. Study Buddhism, Zen, all of that. Study it. There's some great philosophies in there. And I'm not saying that this philosophy is the right philosophy to go for, but it's really profound, and it's really interesting to see different point of views and different philosophies, so you can have a 360-degree knowledge of a certain thing instead of having 1 degree or one track minded. It's good to learn. I like learning. And people are going to have their opinions about what I'm talking about, and people are going to say he's going out the deep end and all that, but I found peace within myself over the last 2 or 3 years, especially the people that personally know me, and they've seen the dramatic change in me, and they see the things that I was going through in the past with certain people that were in my life. You could definitely tell that there was a difference, I need to get some sleep. I know that one thing I need. Let me digress for a moment. So hopefully you guys been following what my phone is ringing. Hopefully you guys been following what I've been doing. I have a business, and I'm working on the second one. The second one is this close, and I got some other little things that's lined up. But my first business has been taking a lot of my time, because usually I'd be making a video every day, and I got enough information. I read enough to do that. So, but my first business that I have is taking a lot of my time and cutting into my sleep and cutting into a lot of things, but it's for the better good, because like I said, my goal is to have 5 businesses before December. And a lot of y'all probably like, dang, 5 businesses. And you're like, I'm on day 300 and something with my affirmations. And if you haven't checked out that 3rd installment of the 90-day, check that out. That's on my channel. We're going for another 90 and another one and another until them affirmations work. Until they manifest. But anyways, so that's just what's been going on with me. But this ego, let's get back to this ego. When when awareness hits you, because it will hit you as you study and as you meditate, and you're going to be thinking like, what the heck am I doing? And you're not going to, it's just going to be really weird. But one day something's going to click and you're going to get this absolute awareness out of nowhere. And I've been through this awareness click like at least 10 times during my whole, my whole walk with this 90-day paradigm shift that I'm doing and all my studying. And I've told people countless of times, I'm more concerned with mental health than I am finances. But I understand we need to have finances, but mental health is way more important than money. If your mind ain't right, man, I don't know. Your mind ain't, the mind got to be right to me. I've seen too many problems with people with money. So this is why we're talking about the ego. So this ego is very, very funny concept. And when you start gaining awareness and you start gaining awareness of your own ego, you'll start to realize other people's egos too. And you'll get to a point where you'll be able to start, like clockwork, seeing people's egos trigger. Think about everything that I've talked about on my videos. And when you sum them up, all of them will sum up with this circle or this bubble that's inside of you called the ego. And it's so intricate, but in its essence, when you gain awareness, you'll see all the angles of it. You'll be like, oh, if I do this to this person, they'll say this. If I do this to this person, they'll say this. And this is where you need to come in and have the awareness that anger is a waste of emotion. If someone gets angry at you, there's no reason for you to get angry for them back. So once you master your emotions where you're able to control them to a certain extent, because I don't think you can 100% control your emotions. I could be wrong. But when you start getting to a point where you're able to master your emotions, master your fears, and get to a point where you can have confrontations with people and press their buttons and they can get mad and you're still okay, you're unaffected, then you can start getting into the psyche of people. You didn't understand what's their buttons, what buttons to press, what is their pressure points, and as far as what to say, what things you can do, what things you can't do, what paradigms are there. And when you start doing that to people that are by you, I'm not saying you have power over them, but you'll be able to deal with them a little bit better than going in there blind or going in there with the same issues that they have. And it's like this overbearing elephant in the room. When you know how you dealing with a person that you really can't deal with, but they family, or they, your girlfriend, or they're your boyfriend. Learn to start mastering yourself. Start mastering yourself so you can get to a point where you can help other people and stop being affected by other people's negativity. Remember, I've said on the video, you have a reasoning faculty. You can accept and reject any information that comes your way. Start rejecting all the negativity. Reject it. Have that button ready. Soon as it comes, bloop, I'm unaffected. It's like you Onyx and they Pikachu and they trying to zap you. Unaffected. You want to get to that point. And a lot of that has to get into that point. A lot of that dealing with other people, ego and their anger and all these paradigms, dealing with that takes a really strong self-image on your behalf. And your self-image just got to be as strong as iron. And like I said, the best way to start working on this stuff is affirmations. Where do you start? Affirmations. That's why I keep putting up my affirmation videos. And if you're not doing it, continue getting the results that you're getting. Now, I got a guy that's kind of upset with me because he wanted me to do a financial thing, and I'll get to the financial thing my way. I'm going to have 5 businesses before December, whether he likes it or not, whether I like it or not, whether anyone has an issue with it or not. I will have 5 businesses rolling in, and then we'll go from there. But the mental game got to be on point. The self-actualization got to be on point for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I need to be working on myself. making my weaknesses strengths, strengthening my strengths, helping others around me strengthen their strengths, being a better human being. Because at the end of the day, once I realized that the duality concepts are just really concepts that someone else came up with, and it's just non-duality, meaning we're all the same person, then now I have to look at everyone like you're a part of me. I got to look at every blade of grass, a part of me. Every house, a part of me. Every person killed, a little bit of me died. Every baby born, a little part of me has been birthed. We're all the same Godhead, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, I'm just saying that just for the English purpose. We're all the same Godhead sitting, having different experiences, man. And this is why the ego is a duality concept. Honestly, if you get to a point where you kill your ego, you kill you. Not meaning physically kill you, but you become one. You become absolute love, absolute truth. And a lot of the religions is teaching that. The religions are teaching you the carnal mind is not of Christ. The spiritual mind, it reflects Christ. Buddha, all this meditation. What do you think you're doing in all these religions? What do you think the main objective of all these religions is? To get away from duality and go to non-duality. Spiritual living. Living in spirit. Inspire. You can't be living in spirit with an ego. You can't. There's some classic egos like one I had, don't like being wrong. If somebody figures out, oh, his ego is he don't like being wrong. Do you know how a person with so much awareness could come and manipulate my ego and me and have me walking, spinning around, got me wrapped around their finger because they understood my ego? Oh, he don't like being wrong. They can work around it. Oh, he doesn't like to be yelled at. All those little things. He don't like to be yelled at. He don't like to be wrong, or she don't like to be wrong. Oh, she cleans up too much. All these neurotic little things are connected to your ego. And neurosis, like I said, is you not accepting something that's right in front of you, and you're trying to create it into something else. So a thing that could be neurotic is you wanting to be all up underneath a person all damn day, and they telling you, hey man, I gotta get stuff done. You just clutched onto them. That's neurosis. Or you just so argumentative and you just blaming the whole world that you're mad. That's neurotic. Or you're in a relationship with a person that wants to be overly controlling. That's neurotic. And a lot of those neurotic concepts are stuck in your ego. You got to get rid of this ego. Because people like me, I'm getting more awareness. So when I start identifying the neurosis inside of your ego, I already know what to do. But I'm not that type of person. I want to help. But there's people out here, especially some of our women, that find out certain parts of your ego and keep, tapping at it to make sure that that's the right thing, and they will use that against you. And have you out here thinking all women are the same. No, your neurosis and your ego is strong as hell, and people are taking advantage of it right in front of your face. Your brain has distorted your reality and made it an unconscious decision to have these neuroses shoot up in triggers inside of your ego, and you don't know that you're doing it, and people are telling you that you're doing it, but you're so used to doing it, but you're not going to do nothing about it. And then you're going to blame the whole world for your mishaps instead of looking in the mirror? Nah, bro. It's not how that works. This year should be the year you cleanse yourself. Cleanse yourself from all the impurities, the neuroses, the ego trips. This is your year. This is your year to write your goals out, no matter how big they are, and start knocking them out. And start with some affirmations. I don't care how big your goals are. Who said you can't do it? I heard Les Brown say, the easiest thing to do is to make money or make changes. The hardest thing is to believe in the changes or to make the money or to believe. The belief. Those 20 years that you spent with mommy and daddy and grandma, all their little beliefs got on you. So if they were 30K a year, well, your ass gonna be 30K a year. And it's gonna be hard to get away from that unless you put the work in and start thinking for real. Because you're not thinking at this point, you're reacting to everything that happened in those first 20 years. That's not thinking. That's what I said. That's why I used to say, no one hardly thinks. You're reacting. And this is how sharp and crazy the mind is. It's sharp. It's crazy. That's where your mind got 3 or 4 different steps ahead of you and you don't even know it. It's so subtle. You got stuff subtly running in the background. Have you ever heard yourself say, I'm finna exercise, but a small voice that you barely could hear say, boy, you gonna go home and eat some cheese pizza. You heard it, but you didn't. It was so unconsciously said that you actually go home and eat a pizza because your mind will shoot up emotions for you to go eat pizza. But just because your mind shot up emotions for you to eat pizza and your brain said that doesn't mean you need to go home and do it. Fight the power. Fight the terror barrier. Create a new neuron in your central nervous system. It hurts. It's hard or it's challenging, but you can do it. Your brain ain't got 100% control, or the paradigm doesn't have 100% control over you. It's about 98, 97, probably 90. The older you get, it increases because you just every year of sitting doing the same pattern over and over again, your mind will distort reality and tell you your reality is this pattern. Ain't nothing else outside this pattern that you need to do. That's why I talk to older people and I'd be like, hey, y'all let's go to California. Oh no, I'm staying here and so. That's not them talking. That's the paradigm talking. The paradigm comes with pre-packaged words to say. Y'all robots. I'm a robot. We all are robots. But sometimes we just got to think past our robotic ways. That's why that ego got to be destroyed. I'm sorry. This should be the year that you getting everything you wanted to get done. I don't care what it is. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't think I could be a millionaire. The hell with that. It's money out here. Go get it. Go get help if your mentals are off. Go get help. What are you waiting for? You talk about it every day. Sing the same song every day in the same key. And wake up in the morning and do the same crap over and over again. That's not going to work. You're going to continue getting the same results if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. For real. This is real. So yeah. We're going to talk more on the ego and neurosis. Because those things, man, are... A lot of your setbacks and stuff is from your neurotic thinking. These programs that are in your bubble. You got a paradigm lock going on over there. You don't believe in yourself. You got a bad self-image. It's so many ways of breaking this down. And it's gotten to a point where I can talk to a person. I can see where they're stuck at. Subtly and right in front of my face or in front of their face. Especially when they start getting angry and they start denying it and getting all upset and stuff. Why do you think you denying and getting upset? If it ain't real, then there's no point of getting upset. First of all, how am I getting you upset? I got that much power over you? See why the mental is more important than money. The hell with money. If your mentals ain't right, you don't need to be worrying about no money. Get your mentality right. Get this up here right. Then worry about money. Because if this ain't right, you're going to be right there in Hollywood slurping up pills, shooting stuff up your nose with all your money, and doing just a whole bunch of neurotic, stupid stuff until your death. Like everybody else. I saw a picture of Michael Jackson. His autopsy. I didn't know he was bald headed. But when I saw the picture, I was like, how this good looking black man turned into a bald-headed, busted up nose, cracked up lip. Like, it looked terrible. Go look it up. That's because his mental, this up here did that. He had all the money he could never have, all the success, all the women. None of that mattered. Up here wasn't right. Now look at that autopsy. Look at Michael Jackson on the Beat It video. Cool looking brother. How you go from that to looking like a straight space alien? Up here ain't right. Y'all keep playing, man. Some of y'all up here ain't right either. Y'all aging yourself. Some of y'all 30 years old look like y'all 40. Because your thoughts are doing that. You let the wrong thoughts stay up there, it will age you. You ain't got to worry about eating acid and soot and food that don't need to be in your body. Your thoughts will come with acid. Look at me. You could tell I'm like 20 or 30, but I mean, once I do my hair and get in the gym and exercise and stuff, I look like I'm still about 21 years old sometimes. I get people come up to me like, hey, you look young. I take care of myself. I take care of myself because I love me. I love me. And I want you to love yourself too. And stop playing. But I'm finna go ahead and give me some rest. I promise y'all, I'm gonna be, like I said, I've said it on one of my videos. This is my life. This is my journey. Y'all gonna be there right with me. From being in my car to my next car I get, to the next car I get, to the mansion I get, to all that. Y'all gonna be there right for all of that. Y'all gonna see the growth in me. Some of y'all already see the growth in me.